I remember getting an email with the introductory from Barclay, the lawyer, saying, would you like to listen to Michael Kiwanuka and his songs? And I just remember melting in my chair, headphones on, just literally listened to it 6, 7, 8 times. And I just knew that my partners, Mark and Dave, and the whole team around me would absolutely love this, and was just freaking out because there's no way I could find you. I don't know where you are. Left a message on MySpace. And I was so determined, thinking, this is golden. That was the first encounter I had, and we were blown away.
So I started really more as a guitar player, and I love music, but I didn't have the guts to be an artist. I knew I wanted to make music, but I didn't care that much about being like in the center of the room and famous or whatever. And then MySpace came, and I just dropped out of uni playing jazz guitar. So I thought being a music teacher, teaching guitar, that's when I made the MySpace, because I thought it would be fun to just do my own songs, just to keep the creativity going for fun with my friends. It was a secret though, because no one had heard me sing of my friendship groups, and thank God I made the page, because then, you know, Barclay discovered it, and then that's how I met you.
Yeah. I remember Dave, one of the Starwood partners, got to see you in North London and was reporting back that it was exactly the magic that you hear on the MySpace tapes, recordings, and him saying, we've got to do this, we've got to work with this guy. We met a few times.
We did. Whole Foods, I remember one.
Yeah. And I remember coming to Whole Foods, and we spoke about music all of the time rather than strategy, business. I know them.
Well, you probably never heard about that. At that meeting, I remember, this was a time of Blackberries. And everyone's talking to me, but at the same time, they were on a Blackberry. And they were talking, but they were also like doing the emails. And I was like, this is rubbish. And then when we went to Whole Foods, you guys had like Nokias. So I was thinking, these guys must be good then. I know that you had contacts, but I mean, I don't really know what that means. So I had to base it on how I felt, and it was the Nokias and the music chat.
It's like coming up to our 11th anniversary.
It's interesting talking about relationship between artist and manager. An artist, their managers is a hub, is a cell, and then how that the label comes in with that and looks after the music.
We can't second guess your darkest thoughts on the pillow at home when you're falling asleep. All we can do is try and stimulate and present conversation, something that you have to keep on maturing into in manager-artist relationship. COVID was a huge challenge of like, well, let's not drop our heads. Let's turn this into a positive. Everybody was kind of doing their homework, going, this is not going away. You know, it allowed us to put music out. It allowed us to make lots of great film content and use the internet and grow your social media story. And then we topped that with a cherry on top, which is a Grammy nomination, which is amazing. Again, that's all supported during COVID. You were not shy of building a fan base way before streaming was in. How do you show the world that this is happening? You know, and so touring was really important.
You got me touring with Adele.
Yeah.
When without an EP.
Just like before everything and anything. Yeah. No tour managers, no nothing, just a mate to help with the driving.
Yeah. And then I walk into the venue and I'm hearing Adele sing Rolling in the Deep, and I'm thinking, what am I doing here? What the hell? And I'm thinking, damn, I've got to sing after that. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
It was rootsy tour.
Oh man,
even for Adele.
But do you remember we got to Hamburg? You were like, we got to do a video. It's like a video, and then I'm like, I don't want to do a video. And obviously at that point, I'm thinking, I love music, I want to write songs, but I never want to be in a music video. And I remember I was so annoyed that I had to do this video. I had to go and do some filming with this German director. Yeah. And we just walk around Hamburg and then Berlin the next day.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be one of my favorite videos I've ever done. It was like I was handed a golden ticket.
We got records played on radio.
We did.
And the revolution was working, you know. Yeah.
The third album, for me, in an artist's career, I think quite important. And I'd found a great team in the studio in Danger Mouse and Inflow, which for me is like gold dust.
This album has brought challenges of COVID, but actually has been acknowledged by the Mercury Prize.
Mind blowing.
Michael Kiwanuka for his album Kiwanuka!
Part of me was like, it had to be this year, where we couldn't go to any ceremonies, couldn't do these tours. Like from this album, some of the biggest dates we had live.
We had it all
Ali
lined
Pali,
up, yeah.
And then the Mercury's out of nowhere. That dream of being at ceremony, like going up and picking up your award after all of that would have been satisfying. The Mercury Award is for me, for 2020, I mean, it's the biggest.
In the knowledge that we knew that you'd won your Mercury, is to send you up to London to do some promo as part of the nominees, you know, or the other
last three.
The other, you know, you're one of many artists that have to be with Jules Holland in the last 5, you know.
I know that you're about to be interviewed by Jules, and he's waiting for you. He's ready for you, but I just wanted to tell you something. Yeah. You are the overall winner of the 2020 Mercury Prize.
I don't even know. I don't know what to say, man.
I'm glad you did that because otherwise it would have ruined it. I love that. I was surprised. I always wanted to do a Hootenanny. Did a Hootenanny 2020. I used to watch Hootenanny every New Year. That was fun to do that.
Yeah. To have someone kind of go, we think it's award-winning is always better because we think it's award-winning from the day we met, and it's always great for someone else to give you a big pat on the back. Very, very blessed from the MMF and all the people that voted for us, so thank you for that.
Yeah, man. I feel really proud because there's something extra special about doing something amazing with your team, with your people, and this award represents that, man, 100%, because we did it together.
Yeah.
And it's always like, now I'm always like, just find a really good team.
Yeah, it's true.
That's it.